Best one of
Does
the
it feel weird, Mike, going first?
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess.
young, but you know, our shall be here. Best one of the year for the Lynx.
You said best one of the year? Probably start to finish, that might be true. Yeah. Um, I thought our starters were incredibly locked in and then even, bench minutes, we went a little longer, to kind of give them a little bit more time to, grow and no, I think that's probably fair. For sure from a rebounding standpoint, that hasn't happened this season. So must have been the rebounding drills we were doing and shoot around that helped.
You mentioned before the game, if you could hold Asia to 20, and nobody else really do any damage, you'd be great neck to the Lynx. Looks like mission accomplished. And how did that happen?
Yeah. I mean, I thought our defense was pretty active. I thought the scout was terrific. That was Tebow. So we were locked into the actions and the personnel. The only player I don't think we did a very good job on was Evans. I thought she was running around free. We didn't control her very well, but um, yeah, I mean, I think they played the schemes well. Our activity, I thought we were hard to play against.
On rebounding specifically in the fourth quarter, coach more than doubled them up 15-7 period. Jess out rebounded the Aces on her own with 9 fourth quarter rebounds. Just the bench, effort. Just how pleased were you with the way they played while they're out there?
Yeah, I mean, rebounding was on our minds, led by Jess. I like when Jess is really greedy and is in there fighting for every rebound. And, she was a great leader for us tonight, with both groups and her effort is contagious. And like you said, that fourth quarter, continuing to rebound and valuing that was really important to the team, and you could tell.
Fourth or fifth game in a row now where you see Bridget around 7+ field goal attempts, getting 5 from behind the arc. Is this kind of the ideal offensive night you want to see out of BC?
Yeah, for sure. BC was making hustle plays and generating even more offense off of free throws, etc. We still, have a goal for her to, she's got to get double figure shot attempts. So that's the goal each night, and that's only 2 shots a quarter. I think that's gettable for her. So just her shift of mindset, there's no question that's been helpful to the team.
And Fee looked great again tonight, but just notice the sleeve on her
Yeah.
left shoulder. Did she, mention any kind of like shoulder discomfort thing to you, or is that just kind of a precaution?
Yeah. So the last game, I forget who we played. Chicago. She had a moment early in the game that was uncomfortable for her, and so I think that's what you saw, the wrap or whatever she had on. Yeah, it just makes her feel a little better.
Obviously Courtney Williams making shots, it's going to be like big change. But when she's playing this aggressive, where she's really looking for that 3 ball and really hunting that mid range, just how different does this team play on offense when she's really looking for it?
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game. Like when Courtney plays like this, I mean, I just it's hard for us to lose. And she's so good in pick and roll, and like you said, finding her shots, making her shots, and then when they changed their coverage and went a little more switching to try to contain her a little bit better, she's just unbelievable passer in pick and roll, and she found easy baskets for the bigs who were appropriately rolling timing wise, etc. So Courtney and anything pick and roll was just really, really good today.
And then, Lan only plays 18.5 minutes or so. Just how important is that to give like your bigs that kind of get a lot of bumps and bruises rest nights like this?
No, I mean, I think they'll tell you that that's a welcome thing for them. Yeah, any chance we get to, and also I think to give Jess, the time that she deserved. So I think, that's obviously a benefit to, be able to have the depth that we do in the post.
Cheryl, college was only listed as an inch shorter than most. Did a fantastic job of standing on.
She did. That was a tough assignment, right, for anybody to be guarding Asia. She's 6'5". It's funny that that Fee is listed more than 6'1". Because I mean, Diamond is 2 inches taller than her. Diamond is 6'3". So, but Fee's defense, she really grew last year, as we know, defensive player of the year. And she's been really, really impactful in her one-on-one away from the basket. And that's where I thought she was effective and, making it more difficult when it was her assignment for Asia to get to any real sweet spots and, she was terrific and, bummer she didn't get to that, the double, she had 7 rebounds at half, but her one-on-one defense, her switching, so Fee was terrific.
And then tonight, 38 free throw attempts, including 13 of them from Fee. She just talked about the ability to get to the line tonight.
Yeah. The free throw attempt rate, that's a high number. Obviously I know Vegas isn't gonna be happy about that when they see it. I thought our pace and our movement and activity in the paint, I mean, the stuff that was happening on offense in front of us, there were absolutely, there were fouls. So I appreciated our aggression. We told them we could be in the paint and we wanted to be. We watched our first game and the edit that we watched, every time the ball was in the paint, we were feeble and we miss. So that was a concerted effort by our group to be much better and stronger and at least get to the foul line in the paint. And we want 3-point plays. I think Ola might have been the only 3-point play that we got. But we were considerably better this game in the paint than what we were the first game.
The point of being tough to play against, anytime you look at a box score, you see Jewel Lloyd 0 for 10, he'd be kind of, stop and do a double take. But just how pleased were you with the way you were able to, contest shots and make it difficult for their offense to get good looks out there?
Yeah, I thought Jewel had some open shots, shots that you certainly don't want to give her again, the next time we play them. I thought our rotations were okay. I thought our I thought our gap defense was good, but I didn't know if our next defender was as good as we needed it to be. Thought they were finding, some of the shooters and rotations a little bit late. But overall, again, I thought that we were locked in on, locations that we didn't want them to be, and we were really diligent as a group in that area. I think something not gonna see very often is what the stat that you said about Joe Lloyd. I mean, that's not gonna happen very often. I don't know that it was all us.
Still pretend this is a better team than the one that went all 10 against Vegas. I thought that was the question.
This team now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like a lot better.
Overall record, well.
Yeah,
Team.
another opponent below 40, 175-9 since 2011, when we hold our opponents below 40% shooting. And the team doesn't get as excited as we all do here in this. It never gets old for me. Thanks, everybody.